A phenomenal new study out of the University of Washington by political scientist Jake Grumbach has finally been able to quantifiably prove that Republican-controlled states are less democratic than most of their Democratic-controlled counterparts. Now, Grumbach went through 20 years of data, piled through it, just absolutely barreling through every possible measure to determine what political scientists have been trying to determine for a long time, and that is, how do you measure a free democracy? So Grumbach finally did the work, and he did it on several different measures. One, freedom of the press. How free is the press in your state? How much control does the government have over it? How many attacks does your state government level against the press? And of course, the obvious things like gerrymandering and voter suppression. And to nobody's surprise, it turns out that Republican states love to attack the press. They love to gerrymander their districts. And more than that, they love to suppress the votes. And all of these things combined, with many more, by the way, in the study, I'm just kind of highlighting the big three here. But all of this combined shows that citizens in red states are actually less democratic, have less of a democracy, have less of a participatory state than their blue state counterparts. Now, what's interesting to me about this study is it kind of coalesces with other studies that have come out from the years, not necessarily measuring the level of democracy in a particular state, but the level of happiness, the level of dependence on the federal government for aid, and of course, the overall actual physical health of constituents. And in every one of these studies, the same results have emerged. Things are worse in red states. Folks, it's not rocket science here, right? We understand exactly what is happening. It's not difficult. Republican-controlled states have fewer regulations on corporations, typically have far more pollution than their blue state counterparts. That pollution results in poorer qualities of health for their constituents. They reject federal aid, like they reject the Medicaid expansion under Obamacare. That reduces public health. They allow corporations to run rampant with little regulations in terms of worker safety, worker protections, and of course, worker benefits. So therefore, you're overall poorer, so you rely more on federal assistance. And of course, coupled all that with this new study, your voter suppression, your gerrymandering, your attacks on the press result in a less democratic society. This is what is happening in the United States. And as Grumbach points out, this has been happening for decades. People in red states, and by the way, that includes myself down here in the red state of Florida, solidly controlled by Republicans for 20 years. Yeah, we all get the short end of the stick, and it sucks. But thanks to us being less democratic than other states, Republicans have pretty much cemented their rule, much like they're trying to do in Georgia, much like they're doing in Texas. And it just becomes a cycle that self-perpetuates and keeps us all, the citizens, living in misery.